Welcome to this week's video. This weekend we've come across to Glencoe for the weekend. We've actually found our way down to Arisaig actually and found a lovely little spot. So we've parked up with an amazing view and thought that we'd just give you a little tour of the van. So in 2021, when we were doing a lot of videos and we got the van, quite a few people asked about a van tour and about us showing you around the van, and we've not really had any opportunity to do that. So we just thought we'd take a quick 5 or 10 minutes just to give you a little bit of a tour, show you a couple of little bits and bobs that we bought for the van and how we try and make ourselves as comfortable as possible whilst out on the road. So this is Delilah 7. She's a VW T5 2009 1.9. We've done quite a lot of mods, upgrades that we'll talk you through. Most of them are relatively cheap, sort of anywhere between, I don't know, £5 to £25, and we've done some upgrades that are a little bit more expensive with regards to the headlights and things like that. So we have got some footage of the van pre the bits that we did, so we'll maybe show you a little bit of a comparison as we're chatting things through. But yeah, I suppose if we start with the front, so we've got a chip stone bonnet deflector added. I think this was around, I think it was about £40 or £50 for this, and it just literally clips on the front of the bonnet. On the bumpers we used Carbon Collective. It's a coating that you put onto the bumper. Previously they were really dull, flat, grey, streaky, and we used this nice little coating, really restored the bumpers. They are still relatively grey, but they're a deeper grey. I would quite like them to be black, but a little bit apprehensive about using things like back to black because I've tried that before and within a couple of weeks it faded through. So if anybody has got any tips, leave us a little comment. But the product that we used was Carbon Collective, and it was £50 for a tiny little bottle, but the difference in the bumpers is remarkable. We did get a new badge for the front, but as yet we've yet to put that on. The lights, the headlights are upgraded. Some really nice headlights with the little daylight running trim underneath. And I suppose the only other thing that we've done at the front is we upgraded the number plate. So we went for a private reg, and we've also got a number plate trim edging holder that the reg just sits in, just to try and finish that off quite nice. But yeah, I mean, the bonnet has got quite a few little chips, stone chips in, so we'd ideally want to try and get that fixed or a new bonnet put on. But other than that, that's the front. So side styling, what have we done? We've changed this wing mirror. We had a bit of a problem, to be honest, with this wing mirror in particular. So when we bought the van, the mirror was actually cracked and we ordered a new one and it didn't fit. So we ordered another one thinking that we'd gotten the wrong size, and that didn't fit. So we sort of realised that there was a problem, and there was actually aftermarket wing mirrors fitted, not the original T5s, and that's why we was having the problem getting the glass ordered. So we decided to just get a new unit altogether. So we've included an electric wing mirror. Few other bits, we've put these wind deflectors on. I think most vans have those, so it means that you can just leave the windows down ever so slightly if it's raining without the rain coming in, and also overnight you can leave them just down ever so slightly and let a little bit of air circulate without the risk of security, I suppose, with people being able to put their hands through the van. So they're a nice little addition, and they also look really nice as well. It just finishes the side of the van off. There's cobwebs and all sorts from our Scotland adventures. We also changed these repeaters on the side. So again, they had the original little lights on, so when you put your indicator on, and we changed these out for a nice smoky grey, which I think the headlights and the side lights really complement each other, so that's nice. The most recent addition to the van is these little badges. So Wolfsburg edition, and there's one on either side, and they just peel and stick on. But again, it's the little touches I think that just makes the van ours as well. The other thing that we did on the sides is we replaced these handle covers. So they were supposed to be black and they were faded. They didn't look very nice. So we've put these on, and we've also put these chrome trims just on the windows as well. So they just tuck under the wing mirror unit. But again, just give it a nice little feature. And the wheels, there's a whole story about the wheels which I won't bore you with or make myself look stupid with, but we've had brand new tyres put on as well. All weather tyres is what we went for, and ideally we would like some new alloys, but that's tied into the tale that I won't bore you with. So yeah, I think that's it for the side of the van. Again, we've not really done much in terms of adapting it or customizing it for ourselves. The conversion itself was brand new when we bought the van, so everything, you know, was absolutely fine, and we didn't feel that we needed to change anything. So what have we got in the back? So basic sort of usual 2-ring burner and a sink. This is just a piece of non-slip matting that we always put down on there just in case anything dropped or we didn't want it to scratch the glass. In the back of the van we've got these little lights all the way around, little LED lights, and we've got some blue lights. I don't know whether you'll pick those up or not on the camera, but just in the base of the roof there's maybe 9 blue LED lights, which when it's dark gives a nice little bit of a feel in the van. So we've got a fridge, again just an ordinary sort of camping fridge which fits everything in that we need, beer, goodies, you know, any camping provisions that we need to bring with us really for a night or 2 nights. There is a little bit of a freezer compartment in there as well, so if we want to come away for a little bit longer, what we tend to do is prepare some meals, put them in the fridge or the freezer, so that, you know, if we're coming for 3 nights for example, we can take one out the freezer and it's still great. So the electric panel is here, so that tells you what voltage we've got left on the van. So we've got a double plug socket, which can only be used when you're on electric hookup on a site. We've got a 12 volt charger there and 2 USBs, and then the usual storage cupboard in the back that you get with the transporters. So in here, people tend to use these for all different sorts of storage. I've seen food, I've seen clothes in here, so we use ours for all our food and our cooking utensils. So we've got a kettle, and we found these little storage tubs actually that just sit perfectly in the back. So we've got 3 of these, and this one's got food in. State McCoy's an absolute must. Porridge, rices, pastas, all sorts of things that won't perish, I suppose, that can stay in the van and have got a long shelf life on. So we've got pots and pans and various bits in there. Little lamp, which is quite handy to have. So I think this was about £8, I think, from Lidl. and if I can remember, yeah, it opens up, so you can have it sort of as a lamp that way, or you can use it as a torch as well. So handy little piece of kit, that one. What else in the back? So yes, the old toilet, the porta potty. It's a porta potty 365 and has been a lifesaver on a couple of our trips out. You know, to be able to go to the loo in the van is great, especially if the weather is horrendous. So we've been in Scotland in the van in January and February when it was horrendous weather. So it's a luxury, really. It does take up quite a bit of space in the back of the van, but it's a sacrifice we're willing to take. We did have a cover made for the loo. So we'd ordered one online, and for whatever reason it was due to arrive and didn't. And one of our neighbours very kindly made us this little cover, which sits just over the loo, and has got a little bit of padding in as well, because we use that as a seat. The seat at the front does actually swivel round, so that turns all the way around, so that somebody can be sat here and somebody can be sat in the front, but you're facing each other. And there is a little table that we've got in the back that just hooks onto this rail, so we'll set that up and show you that as well. But other than that, we've got the bed. There's a little bit of storage under the bed. We've got a couple of drawers and a couple of cupboards. So one's got the gas in. We've got a drawer, utensil drawer, that's got the ridge monkey in for cooking, and a pouch that has got all of our utensils in as well. This is the drawer that you have at home in your kitchen that's got like everything in. So we've got bungee leads, we've got gas lighter, fuses, loo roll, box of fuses, midgie spray, sanitizer, a little light, all sorts of crap in there, to be fair. But yeah, that's our kitchen drawer. In here's the gas, and what we tend to do is keep a couple of spare little cartridges as well, just in case the big gas runs out. We've always then got a couple of smaller ones that we can use just with a little cooking stove. Some people do tend to carry a spare gas bottle around, but that's not something that we want to do. In here we've got fresh water and grey water waste tanks. Now, we don't tend to use them. We do use the grey water, so we will wash up in the sink and let the water go into the grey waste tank, but we don't use the fresh water tank. So what we have got in here instead is this huge container. So we put all of our fresh drinking water in here, and cleaning stuff. We've got cleaning stuff in there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it at the back. There are these little lights as well, so we've got one here and one at the back. And I suppose the other thing actually to just show you is these shutters. So they're insulated window blinds, and there's one on either side. So there's one on the door and one here, and when we're cooking we tend to open the window as well, just to let a bit of ventilation through. I think that's pretty much it for the back. Okay, so at the back of the van we've got barn doors. We prefer the barn doors because they just open, basically. They open outwards as opposed to up. So the tailgates, some people prefer because, you know, the whole piece lifts up and you can take shelter underneath if the weather's not great. But we prefer the barn doors for just being able to get in and out quickly and easily, especially if you're in a bit of a tight park up. But what have we done to the back? So we've added this. We added the transporter piece on. We've also added the grab handle. So again, this is just a cover. It was pretty much the same story around the van, that things had faded. we just wanted to give the van a lift and sort of make it feel a bit newer. And you know, there's so many things that you can buy for vans to improve the look of them without spending a huge amount. So yeah, this is just a grab handle cover. We changed to the badge on the back, so it was a silver badge, the original badge on the back, and we've put a black one on, and we've also put some blue and grey tartan insert in between the VW badge, just to make it stand out. So again, sort of at the back, we've got one of these number plate holders, and as I said, we've sort of upgraded to a private reg, and we got the little Scotland badge on there as well. We just thought that that was quite fitting. In terms of stickers, so we've got a dubbed out community sticker on the back, and on the other side we've got Delilah 7. The bumper, again, the bumper's been coated with the, I think it's a ceramic coating, Carbon Collective ceramic coating. I'll try and find the product and put a link in the description for you, but that's been coated. Now, I don't feel that the back bumper took that coating on as well as the front for some reason. We did do maybe 2 coats, I think it was, but I don't know, the whole back bumper and the tow bar, thank you. Yeah, so the whole back bumper and the tow bar I would want to replace, I think, but it's not something that we need to rush with. But what we did do to try and just improve that a little bit was just replace these reflectors. One of them was cracked and faded a little bit. So I think the biggest improvement to the back of the van has got to be these lights. So the smoked lights again that match the front and the sides. They're just really nice addition to the back of the van, and I think just set the van off. I think everything that we've done in comparison to what the van was like when we bought it originally has just given it an extra bump every time that we've done something. It's sort of improved the look visually of the van. And I know it's not about how it looks, but we wanted to personalise it to our taste, and we just think we love it. We love it. We just think it looks nice. Up front, we've not really done a huge amount of change. What we have done is we've put some new seat covers on. The original seat covers we've actually still got in the back, so I can show you those, but we just wanted to try and improve the look of the front initially. So we've got these black leather with a white stitch covers that just sort of go over the seats. Basically, they are a bit of a pain to put on, and they're probably not on the best that they could be, to be honest, but again, it gives it an instant change, which we were wanting, to be fair. So what else have we done? We changed the gear knob. Now, it's nothing fancy, but the one that was on was very loose. It was cracked. The gaiter wasn't very nice either, and there was a couple of holes in it, so we changed all of that out. Really quick, easy job, very cheap to replace. We've put all of this dash trim on, so it's like a high gloss black dash trim, and that they do different sets, so you can either have the black, I think there was a carbon one or a wood effect, but basically the sets that you get cover every little piece of the dash, so all around the radio, all around your little controls, along the glove box compartment, and across through onto the door handles as well. So again, it just lifted the front of the van. The other thing that we bought is a little gadget. So it has still got the original radio in the van, and we undernard and looked. We went to Halfords actually to have a look to see if we could change this over, and it was around £600, and we'd already spent quite a bit on the van. And the radio, I think, was probably the last thing that we thought we need to change. So we bought a little gadget for 15 quid from Argos that just plugs into the cigarette lighter and works via Bluetooth through the radio, so that you can still play your music and your sat nav comes through. Again, I'll put a little link in the description for that if you're interested in that. But I couldn't believe that it worked as well as it did. You'd literally just tune the radio station into a station that isn't used. So I think we've got it on 87.5, and it just syncs up with the radio. Like I say, you play your music, you can talk hands-free, so you can't actually make calls through the radio itself. Obviously you'd need to do it through the phone if you was parked up, or if somebody rings you, obviously you can answer and then chat through the speakers, which I just think is great for 15 quid. And I think that's it in the front. Bud's trying to tell me something that I've forgotten. Oh yeah, steering wheel cover, we changed that. The mats were already in, but they were brand new, so we didn't need to change those. But yeah, that's the front. Okay, so we've just popped the roof, and the benefit of the roof is it gives you more height in the van. We never sleep up there. You can get 2 people up there. We have always chosen to sleep downstairs instead of up. I'm not sure that I would enjoy sleeping up there, if I'm honest. But what we find as a benefit is that when the roof's up, you can get in and sort of stand up, which is nice. So it gives you all of that headspace that I think you miss in a van probably of this size. So just earlier on, we were chatting to somebody with a motorhome, and she invited me in to have a look around. And you know, the headspace was fantastic, and I think that's one of the things that we do miss probably a little bit. But when the weather's like this, it's great to just be able to put the roof up, put the base up and stand up. It also gives you a little bit of extra ventilation as well. So the weather just now is fantastic. We're into autumn and it's absolutely glorious. It's red hot. So to be able to put that roof up and you know, put the little windows down gives you a little bit of extra ventilation. So what we tend to do on a night time is, once we've made our bedtime brew, we always turn the gas off. That's me, that's a bit of OCD, but we always turn the gas off, pull the bed out and get settled for the night. So what we bring with us is a sleeping bag, pillows, sleeping mats, and sort of when we're traveling around, what I tend to do is, so we've got 2 camera bags with us and 2 tripods. What I tend to do is put the camera bags on the back seat and seat belt them in, just for emergency, for safety really, if we need to do an emergency stop. But I'll show you around the back and sort of show you where we store everything for night time. Okay, so when we open up the back, this is where we keep all of our stuff for night time. So we just use a bungee attached to the back seats, so the frame of the seats, just to keep everything in place. So sleeping bag, pillows and sleeping mats. The sleeping mats are Duvet and they're a memory foam mattress, and they are an absolute godsend. The bed is actually comfy without them, but with them on, honestly, we have the best night's sleep in the van, probably better than in the house, to be honest. We also invested in these, so these are thermal blackouts for the front windows. So the front window, the 2 passenger windows, and we also got a set for the back as well. So as I said, we've got thermal blinds on the windows in the sort of living area, if you like, but we've just got these curtains on the back. So to put the thermal blinds on at the back again, just it keeps it warm, it keeps it insulated, and it keeps the sun out as well when it's hot. So what else have we got in here? We've just bought these little chairs, couple of quid, that are just easy. They fold away, they don't take up any space in the van whatsoever. And we've got another little cubby hole here at the back, and what we tend to keep in there is spare coolant for the van, window wash, spare hookup for the van, and a wash bag, so all the dirty washing goes into there and just gets shoved in the back out of the way. Under here we've got a little bit of storage as well, so we tend to keep wellies. We've got a little ice scraper and a tent hook hammer in there as well. So yeah, we've again got a little light there at the back, but it's got everything that we need and probably just a little bit more. So that's Delilah 7. Probably lots of waffle and probably lots of things that we haven't even showed you. We carry spare sleeping bags, spare umbrellas, spare hookups, all sorts of things, spare blankets for if it's cold. There's lots of little gadgets that we've got to try and make life a little bit easier when you're wild camping. So we wild camped last night, didn't we? Yep. So we came across to Glencoe, found a little pull-up, which was fab. Absolutely lovely to wake up this morning and just have the three sisters. It was just superb, and that's why we love van life so much, isn't it? Absolutely. You know, we've had the van since October. We've used it quite a lot, although we didn't sort of vlog any of those adventures, did we? No. We went over to Skye in January and February. I don't know why we didn't do any video, but we didn't. Yeah. But yeah, it's been nice to show you around and show you our little pride and joy. There's quite a few bits that we still want to get done to the van, but we love it the way that it is. She's a bit mucky, as are we, because while camping, you know, you don't have access to those facilities, but so apologies for the state of the hair. But yeah, it's our van, and hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour. We'll see you again next week. Take care. Adios.